So our goal with the STEM Early College High School is to really redefine what public education looks like. What I mean is the way in which our K-12 program is preparing students for what comes next, college and career. So in a traditional program, in the traditional context in many schools, what happens is students go through and they're exposed to a curriculum framework, and throughout the content areas, this kind of exists on separate islands. We have to make sure that there are connections between the content areas. And so interdisciplinary learning allows us to do just that.
So one of the most valuable pieces of the STEM program as we run it here at Marlborough High School is that teachers of different disciplines get to collaborate daily. I have a planning period every single day with an English teacher, a history teacher, a math teacher, and an engineering teacher. I have learned so much from them that I can apply to my own content.
I think just in the classroom, I think the students really enjoy the dynamics of the teachers working together as a team. I think we can come up with different ways to help support the students.
For instance, our very last STEM project was like building a mission to Mars. It's like, oh, it's super sciencey. But then we had sort of like the going to the history of like space programs and constitutions even for the colony of how it would work. Then you had the math of sort of figuring out if your structures would work, how big they'd be and such. Then you sort of had the science of, well, will it work? And then we even like included some biology and such of what we did is we built biospheres to keep a plant alive.
Shifting the focus from a traditional lecture style to a project-based collaboration format really has allowed, I think, students to learn from one another. And it's allowed me to learn new strategies in trying to make my classroom more student-centered so that they're making some decisions and they're experiencing the curriculum more than just I'm teaching them the curriculum.
Last term we made hovercrafts, and I would have never thought about ever learning how to make a hovercraft or learning how to make a capsule. I think it's really cool.
But the largest benefit is that the students that would normally not be succeeding are succeeding. Having a collaborative work environment really allows those students that would normally pull away from traditional testing because they don't believe in themselves and they don't believe in their own intelligence because they don't think they're smart or they have never been told that they were good at something, allows them to shine.
Last year, our first graduating cohort, over 50% of those students carried at least one at-risk indicator, and 100% of them graduated. 95% of them went on to college. Over 50% of them are pursuing STEM careers in college right now. In addition to that, we also have seen fantastic results on the state standardized tests. 100% of our students in 2014 passed every content test in the state. The best way to ensure college readiness for high school students is to create an environment where they can explore and experience the rigors of a college curriculum, ideally in a college setting, but then have the safety nets of the high school.
So for example, in an engineering pathway, a student who might have expressed an interest in engineering can take 4 courses, 2 in the junior year, 2 in the senior year, that are college level credit, but for which that student is also getting high school credit, and complete high school with 12 credits. They're getting a head start, they're getting a taste of college level coursework.
The idea of changing things isn't comfortable for most people. They feel that their child's education in many ways will be okay if it was similar to the way they were educated 15 or 20 years ago. What we've started to understand is that the American workforce, especially in the high-skill industry sectors, is dwindling. And so in order to change that, we have to change the way that we're educating students.
The Career Speakers Bureau is a group of corporate leaders who partner with us to provide students the opportunity to see what STEM careers are all about.
All the companies, when they come in here, they have a variety of options on how they're going to integrate into the school. They can come in and provide a very short speaker event, or they could come in and spend more time, such as judging projects or being part of the project-based learning. There is also the opportunities for mentoring.
They are extremely invested, both personally because they have a passion for their work. They also find enormous gratification from working with students.
So for my internship, what I ended up doing is National Grid has sort of a pipeline program. Like our very first thing was we needed to build a bridge that was able to hold a certain amount of weight and with a group. So it was sort of like right out of STEM of just, you need to do this in a certain amount of time. Sort of like deja vu of, oh, group project doing thing in the time, that's right what I've been doing for a while.
So my internship was at Marlborough Hospital in the marketing department. We spent a lot of time talking with the head of physical therapy. I think it really did confirm everything, and it also gave me the background for like, if one day I want to open up my own practice, I have some of the background for that too.
Students need to know how to collaborate, to rely on team members to accomplish tasks. Students need to know how to problem solve. Students need to know how to think critically about the things that are presented to them. And maybe more important than any other, students need to know how to fail. And so in the American education system, the traditional way is that you are doing well in education if you are right, if you are accurate, if your test scores are high. That has been the mark that you've done well in education. But what we know now is that if students don't know how to fail well, if they don't know how to pick themselves back up again and see failure as an opportunity to grow, they won't be as successful trying to accomplish what comes next, college and career.